This demo will show you how to build belief trees on the market of ideas. Most of us have some strong beliefs on a wide range of topics. But what are our beliefs actually based on? Consider a troubling fact known in cognitive psychology as the forgetting curve. One day after hearing a new piece of information, without repetition, we can only remember 60% of it. After 2 days, 40%. And at the end of the week, that number drops to 20 and approaches 0 over time. We can't recall the vast majority of the information we've ever consumed. How can we possibly have well-informed and carefully considered beliefs? By and large, we can't. Instead, psychological research suggests that our opinions are more like emotional convictions, a positive or negative feeling. The few reasons we can pull from our memory to back them up are really no more than rationalizations for how we already feel. The market of ideas solves this problem with a concept called a belief tree. Belief trees allow you to visualize what you believe on any subject and why, because you can always see the information you considered in reaching it in the first place. This means your beliefs are always rooted in substance, and you don't need to rely on your memory to store what you read. Because our beliefs are not static, belief trees are dynamic. You can always reopen a belief tree and merge new information into it. That way, it's always up to date, but still reflective of the knowledge you've already accumulated. On the market of ideas, here's how you can actually build a belief tree of your own. I studied political polarization, so I think I'd like to create a belief tree for that. Just type in a title, pick a topic, and then hit create. This page is where you'll actually build your belief tree, but before we can do that, we need to gather some ideas. One way to gather ideas is to save them as you use the site. You could be scanning through your activity feed, checking out idea summaries, or using the Market of Ideas search to find and save them. But the most direct way to gather ideas for a belief tree is to search for them directly from the dashboard where you will create it. So let's do that. Type any question that you think is important to consider in forming your belief on political polarization. How about we start with, are Americans politically polarized? You can see any relevant ideas in your search results. These come from the idea summaries for any source of information that addresses your question. For example, this idea is from an article by the Pew Research Center. To get this idea into your belief tree, all you have to do is select the question that you'd like to merge it into. And you can repeat this for other ideas, even if the question in that idea isn't phrased the same way as the one that you asked. You can now see the arguments and evidence from the ideas that you just merged into your belief tree right there under your belief tree question. If your question potentially has a yes or no answer, you can use a pro-con table to help you reason through all of this material. What if some arguments in your belief tree are essentially the same? You don't want too much duplication. You can add your own argument, which encapsulates both, and then merge those similar arguments into your own. Just drag and drop. Now you can start to figure out what your answer to the question might be. Carefully evaluate the evidence put forward under each argument. You can give each one a value rating from 0 to 5. 0 meaning that you don't consider this a valid piece of evidence at all. 5 meaning that this evidence provides compelling support for its argument. You can also give each argument a rating from 0 to 5, signifying how much you're weighing that argument in the answer to your question. Don't forget to give your question a value rating too. This tracks how important you find this question to your overall belief. Finally, write a brief answer to your question, in which you try to reconcile, to the best of your ability, the arguments and evidence that you considered below. This answer will be automatically appended to your overall belief summary the first time you add it. Now just hit post to finish. You can now see your belief tree, what you believe on this subject, and all the questions, arguments, and evidence that went into reaching it. And the Market of Ideas suggestion algorithm will continually check to see if there are any new ideas that you should consider to make your belief more complete. It looks like it's already found a couple. Let's try updating it. You can see the suggested ideas right on the side here. I'll pick one and then merge it in. Then I'll update my question answer and the belief summary so that they're also reflective of the idea that I just merged in. While I'm here, I'd like to consider more questions in my belief tree. Because in the first question I found the argument that politically active Americans are especially polarized persuasive, It's probably relevant to figure out how large this population is. I'll ask, what percentage of the American public is politically engaged? Okay, so again, the search has initially found some good information on this. I'll merge it in. Then I'll evaluate and rate it just like before. Finally, I'll update this question's answer and my belief summary. Hit post, and that's how you create and update a belief tree. Over time, you'll even be able to see a history of how your belief has evolved based on new information. This has been a quick introduction to building belief trees. Thanks for watching.